Hi there Booktube, it's Eleanor here, and today I'm doing my book haul for January. So if you've been watching my video for a while, you'll know that part of my process for this year was, yes, I do want to read books off my channel. I felt like last year putting myself on this sort of ban didn't really work because then I sort of binged at the end of the year. And so this year I've decided I'm allocating myself £50 a month that I can spend on buying books, and anything that is left over, so whether it's £50 or like 50p or 5p, is going to be going in my jar and joining the money from last year so that I can try and build it up even more this year. So I have managed not to buy too many, but I have bought a few. So the first one I bought actually at the very beginning of January, on like the 2nd, in the airport on the way home from Tenerife, and that is Confessions of a Sociopath by M.E. Thomas. I'm really looking forward to giving this one a go. I find this sort of this area really fascinating. So our author here, M.E. Thomas, is a high-functioning non-criminal sociopath. So she's charismatic and successful, and you might be charmed with her, it says, if you met her. You'd not realise that she's studying your flaws, is ruthlessly manipulative, and does not feel guilt or remorse. And since it's claimed that 1 in 25 of us are sociopaths, she could be your friend, your boss, or you. And this is said to be written with real honesty and give you a real insight into sociopaths. So I'm really looking forward to reading this one this year. I'm reading it as part of the Reading Women's Challenge as well, so hopefully that will give me the push to actually read this one, because I think it sounds fascinating. I've been wanting to pick up these books for quite a while and just haven't, and then I just caved. I saw someone talking about them, I think it was on someone's best of, and I just caved, and so I picked up Orange volumes 1 and 2, which are ginormous and are manga. They are sort of contemporary manga with a little bit of a twist. They're about a young girl. She's at school and she receives this letter from herself 10 years in the future telling her that this event's going to happen that she has to try and stop. I've heard nothing but good things from everybody who's read these, and so I wanted to pick them both up because I think that's really important, because once you've read one you want to read the others, because they're probably not going to stop at like a good place to stop. They're probably going to be cliffhangery, so I wanted to have both, and in fact I'm hoping to read both of these in February for a readathon, so that is really good. And then the only other book that I bought myself, and I bought secondhand this month, was Forever Amber by Kathleen Windsor. I saw this on Helene Jepsen's channel. She's reading this this year. It's a bit of a mammoth-y one. It's over 900 pages, but when she described it I just thought it sounded fascinating, and I'm really hoping that someone will agree to buddy read this with me at some point this year. It says on the back, abandoned, pregnant and penniless on her teeming streets of London, 16-year-old Amber St Clair uses her wits, beauty and courage to climb to the highest position a woman can achieve in Restoration England, that of favourite mistress of the merry monarch himself, Charles II. From whores and highwaymen to courtiers and noblemen, from the Great Plague and the fire of London to the intimate passions of ordinary and extraordinary men and women, Amber experiences it all. But throughout her trials and escapades, she remains in her heart true to the one man she really loves, the one man she can never have. I just think, yeah, that sounds brilliant, so I just had to have it. So looking at my little notes here, Confessions of a Sociopath was £8.99, Orange volume 1 and 2 was £21 together, and Forever Amber was £4, which makes it £34 that I spent on books this month, which leaves me £16 to put back in my jar, which isn't too bad. So I'm really looking forward to popping that in. It all adds up, doesn't it? The next books I have to show you are all ones that were sent either from publishers or from book boxes that I receive, or from very lovely friends. The lovely Janet from Swirly Girly Reads sent me Daughter of the Burning City by Amanda Foody. I'm so very lucky and I'm really excited about this one. It's a YA fantasy, I believe, and it's to do with a travelling circus. We've got our 16-year-old protagonist Serena, and it says she's the only illusion worker born in 100 years. This rare talent allows her to create illusions that others can see, feel and touch, with personalities all of their own. Her creations are her family, and together they make up the cast of the festival's freak show. But no matter how lifelike they may seem, her illusions are just that, illusions, and not really real. Or so she always believed, until one of them is murdered. So I just think this sounds like it's going to be really interesting, and I really like Amanda Foodie. I ordered, I don't get Owl Crate regularly, but I saw someone unbox their Owl Crate for December, and I was just so excited by this, which is the yearly planner, that I bought the box just for this, which is quite an expensive thing to do, but I love this. It's brilliant for writing out my things for Booktube. It's got book review sections in it. I'm just in love with this. I've been using it since the moment I got it, and it's just perfect. And I just think, oh look, it fits in with my flower aesthetic, because I do love a good piece of clothing with flowers on. And so with that came the book Amber and Dusk by Lyra Celine. Funnily enough, having just read the synopsis of this one, it's also involving a young girl protagonist who can create illusions, and this one has sort of a courtly drama to it. So yeah, how strange. This must be the new trend, young female protagonists who can create these illusions. So I'm looking forward to this one as well. Maybe I'll read them at a similar time and see, you know, which one comes out better. Very excitingly, in one of my other book boxes this month was the new Jennifer Matthew book, Devoted, which I just think, I love her writing. She wrote Moxie and The Truth About Alice, and I really enjoyed Moxie, and I think this sounds like a really intriguing read. It's set in a small Texas town, and our young protagonist belongs to a community, and her family belong to this community of people who, it sounds a bit cult-like, a bit, there's a religion there maybe, and her parents and her community control everything to do with what she does, where she goes, who she speaks to, who she's going to marry, what she'll do for a job. I mean, everything is controlled. And then all of a sudden this girl comes back to this small town who had left this community. She's left, and I'm sure it's going to maybe open the eyes of our main protagonist to what's out there. I think it's going to be really good. I hope it's going to be really good. I did a little bit cheeky, but I don't think that cheeky, pre-order quite a few books last year, so they're not going to count as my money, but I paid with them from money from last year, sort of Christmassy money, and I pre-ordered quite a few things, so I'm letting myself have that one. And one of them was Once Upon a River by Diane Setterfield. I've heard really good things about this from lots of different people. It's a story about the river. It's on Midwinter's Night. It's on the bank of the Thames. These people enter an inn carrying a drowned corpse of a child, and then this child miraculously later, hours later, wakes up, and we then follow a slew of people, a number of different characters within this story, and the river plays a big part, I believe. So this sounds good. I was very kindly sent On the App by Angie Thomas by the publishers. I'm so excited about this one. If you haven't heard, you must be under a rock. Angie Thomas wrote The Hate You Give, which I'm just about to watch the film of finally when it comes out on iTunes, so I can't wait for that. This one is about 16-year-old Brie, who wants to be the greatest rapper of all time. It says, but it's hard to get your come up when you're labelled trouble at school and your fridge at home is empty after your mum loses her job. Brie pours her anger and frustration into her first song, and it goes viral for all the wrong reasons. She finds herself at the centre of controversy, portrayed by the media as a menace of an MC. More menace than MC. Her success is all that stands between her family and homelessness now, so Brie doesn't want to make it, she has to, even if it means becoming exactly what the public wants her to be. I think this is going to be brilliant. And then another one that came in a box, which I am super excited about, it's called Monsters. This is by Sharon Dogar, and I just think this sounds incredible. It's the story of Mary Shelley, who wrote Frankenstein. It's the incredible story of Mary Shelley, radical, rebellious and entranced. It is the story of a young woman who defies tradition and society, and who draws upon the monstrous elements of her own life to create the most memorable monster of them all. Celebrating 200 years since the publication of Frankenstein, acclaimed writer Sharon Dogar brings to life the passion, tragedy and forbidden love of its teenage author. Yes, please. Thank you very much. That is all the books that I've received, bought, got in book boxes this month. Have you read any of these? Which ones sound exciting to you? Let me know, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. Bye for now, Booktube.